Right folks, you find me in a little hidden corner of Perthshire, a place called the Rind. This is Easter Rind, and an old, ancient graveyard. What we're doing today, Brekkie boy, pay attention, is we're going to try and find the old Coronation Road that came probably from Falkland Palace towards Scone Palace, and has ancient links with the ancient kings and queens of Scotland. So that's what we're up to today. Let's see where the journey takes us. So right now we are on the ancient Royal Road, which involved two ferry crossings. I'll be coming to the first one soon, across the River Erne. The second one's behind me and we're across the River Tay. Story says it may be the ancient Earls of Fife who traditionally would crown the Scots kings, would use this route on their way to Scone Abbey, to the royal sort of crowning place in ancient Scotland. So we're walking in history along these modern tracks. Ancient feet and horses did travel. Well, somebody went to the great trouble building this pier. It must be usable when the high tide's here. But right on the sort of estuary part of the River Erne, it's tidal here, big mud flats. Just across the river from my home village of Abernethy. How cool is that? What's this wreck? An old fishing hut on the River Erne. The old boat. And across the way, the ferry field, the old ferry in Abernethy is just about a mile as the crow flies from here. It's a fantastic place, really interesting. And that's back the way we came, the Royal Road, up a bit. That's this Easter Rind farm in the distance. Great farmland round here. We'll just do a wee rotation. We'll look back east. There it is, the River Erne meets the River Tay. The track carries on there. We'll probably have a wee nosy, see what's there. And if we pan round to the north, we can see ferry field of Carpo, I think it's called. I believe there might have been an inn there at some point. And Abernethy just off that way in the distance. What a cracking spot! Okay, we're just at the fishing hut across from Ferryfield of Carpo near Abernethy on the Rind Peninsula. And look at this, we're by the gorgeous reed beds that dominate the landscape down this part of the River Erne and the River Tay. Absolutely beautiful. I think this bit here might have been the Royal Road. They must have carried on up here, then made yet another ferry crossing over the River Tay, then it went up and over the hills to Scone. It's such a lovely spot. I'll have to identify what that bird is. Have a listen. Typical, they go quiet. Oh, there you are. I'll get my Merlin app out. We're listening to the common reed warbler. What a lovely sound. And it's amongst the reeds. How lovely. Alright folks, well here we are at the confluence of two mighty rivers. The River Erne and its big brother, look, if you can just see it over there, reeds, the River Tay. So we're both in their maturity here, they're both in the estuaries, lots of reed beds, lots of life here. Beautiful place for bird life and more besides. And way in the distance, can we see it? Oh, sorry. Oh. Sorry about that folks. That is Mugdrum Island, the largest island in the River Tay, just opposite Newborough. What a grand spot. Right, we're going to have a wee look at the estuary here. So we're sort of looking south at the moment across the River Erne. Back a bit now. Get a wee bit higher, not too high because there's a strong wind warning. We don't want to get too high, that'll do. Just do a wee rotation. So that's looking into the River Tay, Mugdrum Island there in the distance. And keep on going over that way. That's the sort of north side of the Tay. There'll be island there, the Carsagowrie. We're on just a little spit of land on the Rind Peninsula. It just gives you a wee idea of what we're dealing with here, don't we? Look back towards the River Erne again. Back up the River Erne. Here it goes on its way. As it winds its way towards Crieff and its source at Loch Erne. That's a grand day! Alright folks, that concludes our little day out in the Rind Peninsula between the Erne and the Tay. All new to me, even though I've been near it many times and I live just across from it, so I hope you can find that quite interesting, because I did. We followed an old ancient royal road procession for ancient kings of Scotland to their crowning place in Scone Abbey. So if you liked it, maybe give us a thumbs up, and I shall see you real soon. This is Balloburn, checking out.